When you think of top-tier high school football coaching jobs in Southeast Texas, Jasper is certainly on the list. The tradition is there. The talent is there. After all, we are just a few NFL drafts removed from one former Bulldog being taken in the first round. Yet for the past few seasons, there has been little familiarity at the coaching position, something the new man holding the leash of the Bulldogs plans to change. When Darrell Barbay accepted the position at Anahuac, he figured that would be it for him and his family.
It was a good place, you know, and I enjoyed every minute there. And, you know, we're not the greatest movers, you know, and we had gotten there, and you know, I told her, I said, hey, man, I don't, you know, this may be it for us, you know. I said, I'm not much on moving.
Yet he was intrigued by the Jasper job even before this year.
You know, I had looked into it last year, and, you know, after my dad had passed away, you know, I talked to my wife, and, you know, I talked to my mother about trying to get closer to home, you know, all of us. You know, my wife's parents are from Buna, so we're all kind of closely, you know, kind of knit together.
Ask any coach about the hiring process, and they'll tell you how strenuous it can be, which is why when he was announced as a finalist, he did what any Barbay would have done, turned to family.
And I came back, and my wife was saying, you know, how'd you do? I said, well, you never know. You know, you don't ever know. But, and they said, well, you know, we'll call you back Sunday. I said a while ago I hadn't slept in about 48 hours, you know, that night. Well, then finally Sunday night, you know, my wife kept going, and we were so nervous, and we were so excited, and we were nervous. You know, she came up, she goes, well, come on, let's go walk, you know. So we went and walked about, you know, 2-3 miles. So we walked, and then finally she walked in. She goes, all right, she goes, we get the job fine if we don't, but she goes, I can't walk anymore. She said, my legs are sore. She said, we can't walk anymore.
The end result is that there will once again be a Coach Barbay on the field in that little pocket of East Texas.
He would be very excited, I think, very proud. One, his granddaughters would be, you know, right by the house, so he'd be excited there. But I think any time, you know, you see your kids do well, you know, you're happy for your kids. So if he's looking down, you know, I know he's proud of Brian at Cold Spring. He's done a great job there, and you know, I'm excited to be there, and I think he'd be proud of us. And you know, if we do what we're capable of doing, you know, we may meet up with Brian and them, and you know, he can watch us play from up there. So we're excited.
If we don't score on first play of the scrimmage, I'm going to be kind of aggravated.
Darrell Barbay knows what it takes to win in the talent-rich area of Jasper.
You know, I had the opportunity to work for Coach Wachowiak, you know, 2 years, and I mean, he was a legend in himself. You know, he had almost 200 wins. I mean, he had been there 20-something years. I mean, he was a legend himself. You know, and my dad, I feel, you know, the same way. But to get back, and, you know, my dad and Coach Wachowiak were best friends. And, I mean, a lot of people don't know that, but, I mean, they were best friends up until the day. And, you know, the opportunity, you know, to come back home and be next to my mom. Coach Wachowiak lives in Newton, you know, and works there, and to come back and coach where he was at is quite an honor.
But now Barbay is looking ahead and knows that there's plenty of expectation when you're the top dog in Jasper.
There is a lot of pressure to it. You know, I won't deny that. In Jasper, Texas, I don't think there's any other option but to win. They want to win in football. They want to win in all their sports. But, I mean, football in Jasper's big. There's no 3-year plan, 2-year plan. I don't think they don't operate like that. And that's good, because expectations are high. And, you know, I think they are for me, too.
And as is the hope of every coach, for Barbay, success is obtained just as much off the field as it is on the gridiron.
You know, the first thing is we want our kids to act right. You know, we want our kids to take care of business in the classroom. You know, we want our kids to be good students, good people. We want them to just be good citizens outside of school. So, I mean, that's the first thing, you know, we look at. And then, you know, if you do the small things, you know, football will take care of itself.
But even before the Bulldogs suit up in the fall or take on their Week 0 opponent, the new coach has the challenge of gaining the trust of players who have seen recent regimes change as often as the weather.
I'm the third coach in 3 years, you know, and it's hard for a kid to trust anyone. You know, I mean, you can tell, you know, I told him the first day, I said, you know, there's nothing I can tell you to make you believe me. There's nothing I can say that's going to make you be surprised or anything. I said, you've heard everything because every coach has come in here and said it. You know, the only thing I can tell you is just give me a chance and, you know, let our relationship grow, because that's what coaching is about, is if you can build a relationship with kids and they know you care for them, then they're going to play harder for you. And that's the one thing we've got to do the next 3-4 months, is try to build a relationship and get those kids to trust us, because you know, it's you know, they've been hurt just because they've lost their coach. This is a destination, not a stepping stone or anything like that. This is a place that I think we're ready to be, and we're going to stay, you know, till it's over.